Good morning and welcome to Kramer's Corner with a daily technical update. This is the 7th of November and it's a Tuesday. S&P, not much movement yesterday, closed a little bit higher, but the RSI is still below the 60 threshold, which is key to understand that it needs to close above that level for further upside, and there's strong resistance here at 43.75 and 4400. This gap area needs to be closed to build an actual uptrend. More or less the same picture on Nasdaq, testing the upper falling trend line here, the cloud area, and also here we have the RSI still below the 60 threshold, which is key for further upside to close above, and also close above the cloud here. So really on a knife's edge at the moment here in US. The Seng index sold off this morning, so it was actually rejected here at the 1800 level, just touching, it was buying a little bit above it, and it seems now we are resuming a downtrend with further sell-off likely to follow. At least there will be a downside pressure towards the 17,000 level. In Europe, we had the EUROSTOXX 50 retracing 38.2 to just below the 4200. They didn't even touch it. I had this doji here Friday and sell off yesterday, so we have a top and reversal. And if we are trading below, closing below the falling trend line, and the RSI can't close above 60, well, then the downtrend is likely to resume. DAX 15,280, key level to look out for bullish or bearish, and we are still below the falling trend line here, so we could also resume downtrend. We need a break above here, and we need a break above 60 for upside potential, or for DAX to build an uptrend. AX, yes, it did break the upper falling trend line, but as I said, this is not a very strong one. It's only touched this one, so it's more like a guideline, really. Strong resistance area around 744, 750. You see the 100 and 200 moving average coming down there. Could resume downtrend also. There will be a report out on European indices here in an hour or two, where I'll get a little bit deeper in. Here we also see the RSI on the Belgium market hasn't really broken above 60. That is what is needed. CAC, also same picture really. If it moves back below 59 support level here, well, then it's back in Barry's territory. SMI Switzerland trying to close this gap here. Tried a couple of times now, it's trying again today. Could move up to 10,675, which is also very key. If it does close above, well, then there could be further upside potential, because then it's closed the gap. But if it fails to close the gap, well, then it's likely to resume a downtrend. Euro dollar was rejected at the 107.60, 62, 65 resistance level. It is the 38.2 of the retracement of the entire downtrend. It is the 61.8 of the last leg down, and it was also previously a support back then here and resistance back then here. So it's really a key level to look out for on euro dollar, and I think we'll see a move back to around the 106.35, where we have a little bit of support, and we have the 55 moving average still declining, but it will offer some support. The RSI actually did break above 60, closed above here, so it is technically in positive sentiment, but it can't really get upside tracking. We also have the 100 moving and 200 moving average coming down there, kind of putting a lid on. So really strong resistance. Almost similar here on cable. 38.2 retracement just below here. We had the 200 moving average. It touched it almost yesterday. We have some resistance around the 124.45, and it was sold off yesterday back below 55 moving average. So despite the RSI actually above 60, thus in positive sentiment, it is really struggling for upside momentum, and we also have the 100 moving average coming down here. So that's the overhead resistance is fairly strong. It really needs to break above this level here for really get some traction. Dollar yen, I think it will be caught range bounds between 148.80 and 152. This huge range here. The next week or so, we really need a breakout. However, it is still in an uptrend, but in a range-bound trading at the moment. The RSI is in a positive sentiment, but there's been divergence. So indicators are pointing all over the place at the moment. Very, very indecisive. So keep an eye on those breakout levels. Euro-yen ticking higher. Not the most convincing, but still, nevertheless, it is ticking higher and follow the trend. It is higher now, so there is upside potential to 162, 162.5 on the short term. Aussie yen sold off this morning. We are still in an uptrend. I think this is merely just a correction where it's dipping down below the previous resistance, now support. I still believe we will see the 2022 peak being tested later this year. We could draw a line here and see where did we actually get rejected, just below previous peak here from earlier this year at 97.67. Sterling yen also moving higher, strong resistance 186.75. Keep an eye on that one. And it is probably the Aussie yen. You can see it's being sold off, Aussie dollar, sorry, that is being sold off this morning after hitting resistance at 65.22. Previous peaks here, very strong, a very key resistance. I think we will be range bound between this level 65.20 and 64 here for the next week or so before we will see a breakout. Indicator RSI is pointing that it should be to the upside, but we have the 200 moving, we have the 100 moving declining, and then we have the 55 rising slightly, so it can be caught in between these moving averages here for the next for the foreseeable future. Dollar index, after breaking below the 105.34 support, trying to get back up. It didn't move all the way down to 104.39 support level, and the 61.8 retracement just around at that level. Trying to get back above, so that's interesting. We also still have the RSI not breaking below 40 threshold. So let's see here the next couple of days, maybe a week, which way can it go? Can it actually get back above, close above, or will we have a test of the 104.39 support level? Gold seems like now it's correction time. It's been trying a couple of times, being fairly volatile here a couple of days. Expect a move down to around 1950, maybe even all the way down to 1933, which is the 38.2 retracement of the entire uptrend there that I would expect to occur. Silver, still not interested in until it actually break above 23.78 and 22.15 on the downside. That's the support level to look out for. Also a little bit of weakness in copper after breaking this falling trend line, not unsurprisingly. And there is we have the 100 moving average coming down, and we have the cloud here. So it really needs to break above these levels, and we need the RSI to get back above, to close above 64 for further upside potential. I think we will see copper sliding back to test the falling trend line from the upper side, and then maybe a bounce. But you can see the underlying trend here, at least short term, is still down with all the moving averages declining. On the energy market, selling off WTI, and I think we will have a test of a key strong support at 77.62 support, and the 200 moving average here could really sell off down to around 73.84. That's the key level to look out for. On the Brent, testing 83.44 support, and there's some support around 81.75, which I believe will be tested in a very short time. So that's also something to look out for. Henry Hub gas bouncing off 44.80 support, and I think we will see gas is reversing its trend there, moving higher. Dutch gas a little bit lower. Oh, sorry. That was Dutch gas I meant earlier, sorry about that. And now Henry Hub retracing a little bit, but we are in an uptrend both on the Henry Hub gas and the Dutch gas, which is bouncing off 44.80. Caught range bound, but the underlying trend is to the upside. Finally, the US 10-year bounced off the 450 support, and the follow the lower rising trend line here, and the 55 moving average. I think we will see yields moving higher towards the 475 here the next couple of days. But let's see. Let's add a little bit of a Fibonacci retracement there, so we can get an idea of maybe 480 is the level to look out for. This is the 61.8 retracement. All right, folks, that's all for today. Have a nice day and happy trading.